Hello guys, Alex from McVeigh Games here, and today I have my first Disney Lorcana Market Watch video. I'm going to be going over a couple cards that have went up recently and seeing how their prices have been affected, and going over how the booster boxes have actually been affected by the recent restock that came past couple days. So let's get right into it. So currently, so it's November 9th, it's like 8 in the morning here in Jersey. Our boxes are about 270, which is way up from the past couple days, because if you look at the chart, they're down like on the monthly, because about a week ago they were 400, and since the restock started, they just started plummeting and just plummeting. But yesterday, or actually 2 days ago, the 7th, they were as low as like 220 range, and I think some stores are actually selling at 200. So if you go into recent sales, yeah, you have a bunch of them at 211, 216, and that's just a day ago. 216, 216, 213s, 210s, 220s. Yeah, so booster boxes were, yeah, and then a bunch at 200. A bunch sold yesterday, too. I keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. I haven't even got to the 7th yet. Oh, there we go. So, on the 7th, they were around 250. But all from the 8th, they range from the 230 price all the way down to the 200 price, and all of those just got completely gobbled up. People just buying them because they're pretty cheap booster boxes, not having to actually go out and talk to a local game store. So that's pretty good. But because of all those cheap prices being gone, now the prices have went back up a little bit, and they're in the 270 range. Like you have this guy that has 9 of them, this guy that has 7, 4, this guy has 10. So there's a decent amount. This guy has 8. So there's a lot of booster boxes still in the 270 range. But after this first page, I think they go close to 300. Might be mistaken. Yeah, and then they go close up to 300. So there's probably close to 8, 10. Let's see here. Yeah, so there's easily probably like 50, 60 booster boxes that are still on the market that are under 300, but then they go back up to $300. So the fact that you can go to a local card shop and find them in the range between the 150 and 200 mark is absolutely phenomenal. So definitely go out and support your local card shops. Talk to them, figure out what they're selling for, what they're selling packs for, if they're selling booster boxes, if they're just doing packs, and then also talk to them about the new set, Rise of Floodborn, because those booster boxes are also kind of stupid expensive right now. Yeah, $300. So if you're able to pre-order, see if they take pre-orders, build that relationship, because going down long term, if you want to succeed in this game, having a great relationship with the local card shops can be good because you're able to get product, have a nice place to hang out, etc. But I'm not really going to talk about this set because this is all TCG pre-sales, and those are just bogus because they let like 4 sellers sell, and there's no competition, so they really don't want to like lower prices. But that's a whole nother thing. So I'll go into the cards now. So because of the restocks, a lot of the enchanteds have actually settled down a little bit. Elsa has come down from the 800 range past couple weeks to now she's selling consistently for looks like about 600, 640. You have a couple under 600. So she's settled down a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But most people, that's not going to affect you. That's mainly collector market. Tinkerbell's come down a little bit. I think she's around 200. Surface Ditch Enchanteds went up a little because of the baby bump from the previous PPG. And you can see that in the actual Surface Ditch, where he's went up quite a bit. If you look at the non-code foil, it's actually went up to like $45 at one point. So it's cooled down from that, which is nice to see, making the deck a little more affordable, but it's definitely up from what it was, because I remember a while ago, before my first 1K, the card was like $7. So it was very, very cheap back then. The rest of the enchanteds, the bottom enchanteds, kind of all just bottomed out 140. Nothing too crazy. Like, this is a Mickey, so I can see him holding a little bit of value, but the card's just terrible, so it could just drop below these that have actually potential competitive play. Simba's the worst out of these three, but it's still cool that has evasive. Troves, though, very interesting concept. These didn't get reprinted in the restock, So because of that, they've actually held insane value. While you can go out and you can find booster boxes, booster packs, blisters, etc., the troves haven't got reprinted, and they're still having a value of essentially $20 per pack, or 150, 160 range. So if you have troves and you kept them, that good for you. You've held decent value. I wouldn't necessarily go out and buy these for the packs. Just go buy the booster boxes. That's just better. Or even better, just buy the singles. But I think as a collector's item, it's good to just keep the trove sealed because I don't know if they're going to be rewaved. But then again, they can rewave anything, so we don't know. So collecting anything in this game is a little bit sketchy for now. Rapunzel, come down a little bit from her 60s that she was a couple weeks ago, but still in the 50s range. But this card's getting a lot of decent pseudo support in the next set, so I can see this card actually rising a little bit depending on how much the rewave actually affects the supply. We'll have to see, because a lot of the people are going to crack booster boxes, sell to the local vendors, sell to local card shops, or even sell on their own, and a lot of supply is going to go on the market next couple weeks. Hades still up $30. He's been there for a little bit, ever since Yellow Blues gained traction, and then Belle's, Maleficent's, and Elsa's have actually all settled down in price. These used to all be like $35, $40. Elsa and Maleficent actually were 50s, so it's good to see that. Your red purple deck being more affordable. John Silver cooling down from his $25 to $30 price tag. He went up with the release of that Belle card, and a lot of good green support coming out, so people were hyped for that. Very solid Inkable, legendary, so definitely I would say look into your copies before they might increase in value with Floodborn. But I personally like the card. It reminds me of like spot removal for green, and green does have really good spot removal. So that's like my player brain thinking, where I'm like, I like this card. It's a good overall card. Inkable. There's really no downsides to it. So I think it's good with the $20 price tag. BLT Mickey's come down. Tinkerbell's. I think this is a good price for Tinkerbell. Anywhere between 10 and 13, I think is a solid price. Card's just insane overall. Resist hurts it a little bit, but as of right now, there's not too many resist characters, so she's still gonna have a very strong focal point in the meta, especially with cards like Beast and things that like guys being damaged. Ursula coming down. Actually, I know she went up. She was sitting around 7s, but I know, yeah, she's been stable for a little bit. I remember she was 7 for a little bit, so being 14 is decent. It looks like most of the playable legendaries actually have value, and then you can go to the really bad legendaries. Yeah, you got like Gone too. The bottom three are just like, ugh, these cards are just so poopy. The Beast potential, but is uninkable, so that just sucks. But besides those, they have decent value, which is nice to see. But I don't think it's enough value to like warrant opening a booster box at $300, because let's say you pull 5 and all of them have an average price of like $30, you only get $150 back. Cusco, sitting around 11. He's been that forever. Whole New World's actually come down. This card's been $14, $15 for the longest time, and it's come down to $9 recently. Same thing with Rockstar Stitch. This card's been around 12 to 13 for a little bit. Now sitting around $8. And Be Prepared. Good price for Be Prepared, I think. $5 to $6 is solid. Lilo's down. Ariel's a little bit down, surprising, despite all the good song support. I can see this card rising in price in the future, depending on how good songs get. But other than that, everything's kind of been like a little bit stable. Things have been just slowly trending downward with more supply going on the market with these restocks, and that's great for everyone that just wants to play the game, because the more people that can play the game, the better the community is, and you want more people to play the game. Obviously, vendors want the higher prices because they'll make larger margins, larger numeric money, but from a community standpoint, you want those people showing up to the community. As a card shop, you want people showing up, being able to spend money on your drinks, on your snacks, on more packs, on sleeves, etc. So having a lower product so that people spend more on other things, along with being more consistent in coming to the locals because you have product, you have cheap product. It's overall good for the health of the game. So I'm very happy seeing a restock, and I hope that it continues lowering the prices to make the game more affordable, because it really sucks having to pay like $500 for a yellow steel deck, and that just prices out so many people right now. So that's about it. That goes over a nice gist of the market. Many other things have been fluctuating, but I just wanted to go over really the effects of this new restock on the market and give you my take on it. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and peace.